our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
I think their actions were a little bit radical.
I thought it was very childish. My dad's a cop.
I don't believe that's American in the American way. I mean, after all, our president, he's running this country, and we ought to obey the laws of the land.
I don't think it should be allowed. Look at the expense it put the cities to. Well, I don't like the looks of them. We've got to protect our country. That's one thing. Our nation comes first.
Well, I think the police are right. That should be stopped. There should be a law against that. I think it's just people that just don't know what they're doing. They're just helping out the other side, the communists.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're all crazy. We've got to protect our country.
I think they're a bunch of idiots, kind of mentally disturbed. And they're people that don't want to fight for their country. Well, if it would have been me, I would have stood up at a window with a shotgun and shot them all down.
Nuts. All nuts. All creeps.
Well, I think they were all crazy. There's no reason to do it. But they thought they were doing something great, something that they believed in. And I hope the police stop them.
They should all have to get out and go to work. They don't deserve to be Americans when they're against the government. I'm not that interested in a bunch of goofs like that.
I would say it's unpatriotic.
Inasmuch as I'm a veteran of the Second War, I don't think too much of them. Should have been taught something before they got that far.
But I don't approve of their tactics of marching like that.
It ought to be stopped. I think it ought to be stopped. I think it's awful. I think it's awful. We've got a government to run us without all that stuff. I don't want any part of it.
I think they ought to take them right down to the Army Supply Base and let them in there, and then close the gates and send them over.
I don't agree with them at all. I think that's the most terrible thing that will ever happen. I think those kind of people should be drafted in the Army and sent right away to Vietnam.
I think it's very bad. I oppose it this way. It's no good.
I don't think it's right that they should march. After all, the rules are rules. Laws are laws, and they shouldn't be broken.
I think it's terrible. I think they ought to mind their own business and go to school and learn their schoolwork.
I think they should find something better to do, really. I think they're communists. They just want the war to stop over there so the communists can take over. They don't want us to win the war. That's what they're doing. That's why they're interfering.
Well, I think that the propaganda machine of the communists is taking full advantage of this situation and playing it up and making it look as though the general populace is behind this movement. I don't think they are.
I think they should take a machine gun and shoot them all down.